Hey everyone, how's it going guys? Welcome Battlefist into another video. Today I want to discuss something that's a little bit controversial, because a lot of people I see currently, since Molten Core and Onyxia and everything is being a lot of popular and classic, I see a lot of people are getting butthurt about loot, like why this has been given to the tank and why not this given to my DPS and stuff, you know. So I want to really quickly express my thoughts and you know, what I have obtained as a knowledge over my experience of 15 years with this game when it comes to loot, especially for vanilla, why it's more important to give the items first to the tanks and to the healers, and lastly to the DPS. Now let's discuss that shit for a bit, and I will invite my buddy Paint here to actually tell you why my thoughts are that way. So listen, let's understand. This will be the scenario 1 when the item goes to DPS, right? And this will be the scenario 2 when the item goes to a tank. Alright, tank or a healer. So listen, I want you to like the video if you you know, if you agree on with me on the philosophy that that items should be given to the tanks first, and dislike the video if you think that the DPS also should have some piece of the cake on the start, and it will contribute more to the raid to give the item to DPS compared to give the item to the tank. So let's talk the philosophy here. So let's make two scenarios, right? One item drops and it's, let's say, an X, right? Or not X, let's say sword, right? So that sword, we have a lot of rogues fighting for it, right? And then we have on the and on the other side we have a tank, right? So you know, a lot of rogues and a lot of tanks and stuff are rolling on it, maybe some DPS warriors as well, and some DPS wins it, right? It goes to the rogues, and then this is what happens in the next raid. The rogue that won the X obviously will do a lot more DPS, right? So we're gonna go on the fight, and tank needs like some time to build an aggro, right? Normally you're gonna give him like 5-10 seconds or something to build up some sunders and shit. And the tank tries to build aggro, but he cannot, because there is like I mean, okay, on the first 10 seconds he will be given the chance, right? But then as soon as this rogue pauses the cooldown, what will happen is he will pull aggro, so he will need to stop. So basically this item that he got, he needs to not really use it, because he does a lot more DPS than before and pulls the tank, the aggro over the tank, right? And you know, basically the item that you give completely negates itself just because you need to hold onto your DPS. Because I tanked Molten Core, and I tanked Onyxia as well, and I had other 4 tanks with me, that are friends and stuff, that are tanking as well. And I know what happens when rogue pops cooldowns, you know. They pop adrenaline rush, they pop everything, and they do a lot of damage, right? And the treat meter just goes, you know, brown, warrior, and then rogue, yellow, and they just pull threat, and you know, the boss turns around, do some breath or cleave or something, half raid dead, you know. So that's something that is really important to keep track on, your threat. So giving the item to DPS, not that it doesn't benefit the DPS, because they are not utilizing the item, of course, but it also harms the raid on the long run. So this is one thing that DPS gotta understand, you know. I know I'm DPS currently in my raids, and I also will respect this rule. I mean, if the loot council decides that this is the rule that we're gonna go by. But I just want to clarify generally why these items are given to the tanks. Now let me present you with another scenario. The same item drops and tanks wins it. This is what happens. When a tank wins this item, you go into the next raid, or in the very same raid, right? The tank equips it, puts some crusader on it, and charges on the boss. He needs 10 seconds. In those 10 seconds he will generate so much more threat than he would have done it before, because he does more, of course, more like stronger attacks, generating more rage, generating more thunder charges, generating a lot more threat during the fight, right? And that rogue that didn't won the, you know, the item, right? The previous rogue that won the item, right? The rogue that didn't won the item this time, he will be able to unleash himself maximally, you know, giving bigger benefit to the overall raid, because no one has to like hold on to their DPS as much when you have more geared tank that can hold the aggro more, you know. So that's basically the philosophy here. If you give the item to a tank, the whole raid benefits. If you give the item to a DPS on the start, not just the guy that gets the item doesn't benefit in the raid overall, in the raiding, nor the raid benefits, but also it harms actually his DPS, because he needs to stay back and does nothing basically for a couple seconds. And also it can happen for a mechanic like cleave or breath to happen when the rogue gets aggro, to breath the whole raid and everyone dies, right? Something that can happen with Onyxia, for example, or some other bosses does cleave or whatever. So, you know, this stuff is just my own philosophy on it, from my old experience of World of Warcraft, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will agree on it. But please, if you did not agree, let me know down your opinion below, like why you didn't agree, and what do you think that it should be then, you know, like how do you think it will be more smart than this, you know? This is coming out of my own logic, and I hope that some people will agree with it. But if you don't, please dislike the video if you do not agree, and like the video if you agree. I want to see this, like you know, like a voting stuff, so I want to see how many people actually agree with these things. And you know, I want to listen to your opinions down in the comments below. What do you not think about this as well? Anyway, guys, stay cool. Thank you for all the support, guys. I remember all the Patreons, all the things on Twitch are happening. I also want to apologize because I wasn't really able to record videos as much. I wasn't really able to edit videos as much as well, because I had some, you know, how can I say, tornadoes and stuff currently hitting me in real life, which are good, most of it, but also some things that are weird, you know. I might make a video on my real life channel about it, might not, I don't know. I don't want to make any obligations about it because I have already too much on my plate that I cannot really even focus on Classic as much as I want to. So that's why I only stream when I have the time, and I don't have time like 2-3 hours to find and edit a video. So I will try to make this like one-shot videos where I don't need to edit. I just want to like explain some philosophy, discuss about some things, and be kind of connected with you still. But also I will try to make one-shot farming guides and reputation guides and all other things, you know, as well, because currently I cannot edit, so we're gonna have to satisfy with that basically. But I will hit you up with update on what's happening in life as soon as everything is official. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the Patreons supporting me. I will throw some trade skill master for classic things over there, so I will hopefully, hopefully you're gonna find them useful and will help you through gold making and, you know, sniping items that you need and stuff in classic. But thank you all guys for watching. Stay cool, listen to your parents, be good boys. Until the next time, but Office, love you much, no homo, and see you in the next one. Over and off.